Hi everybody, it's Dawn again. Today is Sunday, July 31st, and I am, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 5 days after my surgery. I made a couple of videos, kind of funny stuff with my daughter while we were waiting before my surgery, but she hasn't uploaded those yet. And I thought she might help me make some videos while I was in the hospital because I kind of liked seeing some of the other people had videos of themselves in the hospital, first time walking, that kind of stuff. But she's recently gotten married, so she was too busy editing her wedding photos instead of helping me make a video of me after surgery. So this is my first time to kind of let you guys know how it went. The surgery went great. When I woke up, the first time I remember waking up, the burning and tingling and all those awful sensations, zinging, taser, all that stuff was gone in my legs. I do have a lot of aching, of course. My back hurts. I just had surgery on it, and my hips and legs kind of hurt, just from the positioning I think that I was in. But that neuro pain is gone in my legs. So I went in for surgery at 1:30, and I didn't get back up 1:30 in the afternoon. I didn't get back up to my room until 9:30. It's a very long surgery. I don't know that I remember anybody else talking about that. I think his name is John, talked about his minimally invasive surgery. My surgeon does that too, but he wasn't able to do that with me because of the amount of damage to my spine, the shifting and the amount of pinching on the nerves. He told me afterwards that he was surprised the nerves were even getting through there, that I had any muscle function at all. So anyway, so it kind of makes me glad that I had the surgery, that I made the right choice, even though it's not fun to hear that kind of thing. One of the things that was interesting is that, I'll probably say that a lot, in the prep room, of course, they ask what's your medical history. Did you ever smoke? Did you ever drink? Do you have diabetes, kidney function? What's your name? What's your birthday? The next person comes in. Did you smoke? Did you drink? Do you have diabetes? How's your kidney function? Any medical problems? What's your name and birthday? That happens over and over again. And then someone just came in and put an IV in, not the whole line, just the little piece in my hand. And then that was it. And then they actually put me in a wheelchair and brought me into the ER. So it was wild to see the ER. They had this crazy table. They actually didn't put me on a wheelchair. They put me on a cart thing, one of those rolling beds. They had this crazy table and all these instruments and the big lights. And then what really I thought was cool was off to my right, way up on the wall, was like these huge big screen TVs. I mean, we have a pretty big one downstairs. This blew ours away. There was two of them, huge, up on the wall with my x-rays. So it's like each vertebrae was 3 foot by 4 foot, It was pretty darn neat. And then very quickly they put the mask over me and I was asleep. One of the things I don't remember them telling me was that they put tongs in my head to keep my head straight, to keep my spine straight, and a 15-pound weight off of that. So when I woke up, just being groggy and stuff, but my face hurt so bad. And they had told me that your face is going to be swollen and hurt, and that your chest might hurt, and your hips may hurt. They try to pad everything, but laying there for 6 hours and not moving. And then I noticed that it was kind of like, they put some tape or something. There's some oozing here. And I had my daughter look, and there's actually holes on either side, like Bride of Frankenstein or something going on. And so the nurses started putting bacitracin on stuff, and those are healing up. But I have a hard time opening my mouth all the way because those muscles hurt. So that's something I had not heard from anybody else, and whether it was unique to what was going on with my spine, or the way my surgeon does it to make sure that they keep everything straight, I don't know, but something I hadn't heard from other people, so I thought I'd share that. So then the first night I was in the ICU. My surgeon kind of routinely does that because he wants hourly neuro checks in case, I had a drain in my back, but with the amount of bleeding, if there was some neuro deficit on a regular floor, you don't get checked as often. So even though medically I was pretty stable, I have bradycardia, so I have a slow heart rate and a slow respiratory rate, so the alarms are going off all the time. I did not get much sleep. And they're doing neuro checks every hour, wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, push down, push up, that kind of stuff. But what I have to say about that was nice about being in the ICU is the nurses are Johnny on the spot. Man, if you need anything, you call that button, they're there because they have one patient or two patients, so you're the one they're taking care of. So that was a really good experience. The first night it's very reassuring to know that someone is within 10 seconds of you pushing the call button. So that was really, really good. The next morning, they got me up and sat in a chair. I could only tolerate for about like 10 minutes because that's my back, but my right hip was really bothering me, whether that was the bone graft site or whatever. I've since read through my OR report, and they talked about in there, of course I don't understand everything, but they talked about flexing the table in order to get better exposure to the lumbar spine, which kind of makes sense. And I had wondered about that because of my front of my hips and my quads feeling so tight. Well, if they were kind of bent forward in a shortened position for 6 hours, that's why they'd be so tight. Kind of made me feel a little bit like after I'd had my ACL reconstruction. So that day after surgery, they got me up for like 10 minutes, and I wasn't passing any gas or anything like that, so I could only have the ice chips and that kind of thing. Didn't really matter. I wasn't hungry. But I showed you guys x-rays before, so I'm going to show them to you again because they were kind enough to make some copies for me. So this is what you might remember from before. Can you see how that second one from the bottom is slipping forward, kind of falling off? And there's really no disc space. If you look down here, there's some, disc space. If you look up here, there's some disc space, but there's none right there. So this is what it looks like now. So I've got the screws and plates in there. I have some disc space now. And what you can't appreciate on just a plain x-ray, of course, is there's this cage in between number 4 and 5. And then that bone that they took from my hip, they kind of grind up and make into like bone toothpaste. And they squish it in there. There's a front to back view, which I never think shows it quite as well, but there you go. So then they sent me down to, after I'd been in the ICU that first night and most of the day after, they sent me down to a regular room. And it was just a matter of slowly increasing my activity level and getting up and walking. Got the brace. I don't know if I tilt this down. You can see the brace. It's someone else on here has the same kind where it pulls over. It actually feels really good to wear it. I can't wear it lying down though. If I'm laying on my side, I can wear it, but I can't wear it laying on my back. It's too irritating. But anytime I'm sitting up, anytime I'm up walking around, I have to have that on. My surgeon, I think his name is John, that had the minimally invasive one, talked about having some bad sciatic pain, and his doctor said it was probably from sitting too long. Mine, in my discharge summary, said that I'm not supposed to sit more than 20 or 30 minutes at a time. So I think that puts too much stress on the back and possibly on those nerves. Do have a walker. Add some security, especially getting up and off the bed and up and off the bathroom. So equipment, highly recommend the elevated toilet seat. That's weird, but especially me, 6'1", remember, elevated toilet seat, huge thing. That reacher grabber thing, maybe next time I'll try to have them along. That's great for picking stuff up. Dropped my cell phone already, picked up the cell phone. Ran out of toilet paper. I could actually open up the bottom drawer of a drawer and pick out a thing of toilet paper with it. So that worked good. The walker's good. I'll try to tag Gap on here. I can't say enough about Gap tank tops. Again, they're nice tank tops, cotton, and they're very, very soft and comfy. And because I'm so tall, I wanted them really long so they go past the brace. So Gap, you rock. Thank you for having clothes for tall women. I really appreciate that. What else? Oh, the other thing I did before surgery that has really helped, and I recommend it, is think about the clothes you want to wear afterwards and either rearrange your drawers or put them higher places, like tank tops. I don't usually hang up tank tops, but I hung them up in my closet because then they're easier to reach. They're not in like my third or fourth drawer, my chest of drawers. My pajama pants and shorts, those types of things that I'm going to be wearing with it, I actually just put on top of the chest of drawers and told my husband that's where I want them, just not to put them away or try to be helpful and put them away, but I want them up there. That way the stuff is easier to reach. Anything you can do to think ahead and make stuff easy to reach really helps. So I'm getting to the end of my time that I can sit. It's starting to hurt a little bit, so I'm going to go lie down. But hope this helps people out there, and God bless you all. Bye-bye.